Are you happy being visible? Are you really happy being visible? Today I'm going to talk to you at live at 11:45 on being happy and being visible and why it's important. I'm going to start by reading this little quote that I've got here. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, then you'll be a success. And that was said by Albert Schweitzer. So what does that even mean? Quite often, many people come to me, they're looking to get in front of their ideal audiences, they're looking to maybe build their business too alongside that, and they're looking to up their credibility stakes with getting out there and being visible. And they come from it at a place of, once I have the big audience, then I'll be happy. Once I have the big business, normally cited, 10K months or above, then I'll be happy. Once people know who I am and what I'm about and understand the subject matter I speak about, then I'll be happy. And as Michael Neill once said, if you're doing things to be happy, then you're doing them in the wrong order. Happiness is key. So what makes me able to show up with no makeup on, scraped back hair on a Friday, my casual top, in front of a window and shoot this video without a script? Thinking about what I wanted to say to you, what I want to say to you and people like you who have got a business, who are worried at the moment. There's a pandemic, global pandemic, and all that people keep talking about is the money, the lack of money, the recession. There are still many of you who are like hitting it out of the park. You're doing really well and you are committed to being visible for your clients, and you're doing that because you feel happy inside. So if you are still feeling the nerves around being visible, a couple of things you can do, and I feel like a broken record because I've said this so many times. I've actually said this, I think, 3 times to private clients this week alone, and of course to myself. I don't escape this. And it's all about keeping your head in the game. What do I mean by that? Keeping your head in the game is putting your focus, like specifically focusing your attention on your happiness. Because when you feel that like deep innate happiness from within and inside, then it makes it easier for you to show up for your people, your clients, your public, the people that haven't met you yet. It makes it easier for you to show up at work. It makes it easier for you to show up at interviews. It makes it easier for you to show up at meetings, and with it comes a sense of peace. Now this week I've been doing all sorts of things, from training out the difficult conversations piece that comes from the 5th step of my visibility activating program system. Because what's the point in being visible and putting yourself out there if you can't make an impact? What's the point in making an impact if you don't know which stories to pull out, which stories to listen to, which stories to share that enhance who you are, who your brand is? And what's the point in doing all of that if you are burning yourself out all the way through? It's no fun, it doesn't make you happy, and it will likely attach the thought of being visible to anxiety, to stress, to being too busy, to being, I don't know what to do, as the lovely Anne Wilson often says, being octopus on roller skates, So what's the point in doing all of that if right at the end of it, you're not sure how to have those tougher conversations that we sometimes have to have in business, but coming from a good place inside. No screaming, no shouting, no bitching, no whining, no moaning, just good, clean conversations. And in order to do all of that, the happiness needs to start first. So your exercise for today, it's Friday if you're watching this live on my page, and if you are watching it on the replay, let me know that you are, because I love to hear the sorts of insights that you get. And if you want to type an insight that's a bit more private, then do go into the Visibility Vibes Tribe Facebook group, where there you'll be able to hear a lot of what I share and what I talk about there as well, and be able to type things without your aunts and your friends and your colleagues all seeing what you're typing in that group, unless of course they are in the group. So your job is, with this today, to think about, where are you most happy being visible, and where are you least happy being visible? So for example, you might be most happy, I'm most happy being visible here, doing Facebook Lives, doing Insta Lives, doing LinkedIn Lives, creating stories, being on camera, being on video. I'm really happy to do that. I can do it at the drop of a hat. as long as I have my subject matter that I'm going to speak about. I don't get wrapped up or tongue-tied in lots of transcripts. You know, I don't get worried about what I'm going to say. I don't need a script. I basically, once I've got the idea clear in my mind, I'll sometimes write down 2 or 3 words on maybe a piece of paper or something. But other than that, I'm happiest doing that. So rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being don't like doing it and 10 being absolutely love it. And then look at where you are least happy to be visible. Now this is important because it's a good place to start from. If you are clear on where you don't like being visible or what about being visible you don't like, it means that you can transform that into something that serves you and your business, because you're a busy business owner as it is, you're a busy professional as it is, and you haven't got time to sit around and spend weeks and days and months and even years in some cases putting yourself out there, because the very people who need to hear what you've got to say are busy looking, and if you're not there or you're taking too long to get out there, they can't find you, they can't work with you, you can't experience the life-changing magic that you do with them, and visibility doesn't feel very good. So I'd love to hear what your best is, and on a scale of 1 to 10, which that is, and your worst, which I'm imagining on a scale of 1 to 10 is going to be kind of 4 and below, what that would be. Can't wait to hear from you. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, by all means, feel free to comment below, but you'll be watching this likely on Monday. So for those of you that haven't seen the event, this weekend's your last chance to get involved. And if you don't know which event I'm talking about, come back to my Facebook page, which had a slight change of name, slight different way around. It's Jenny Kovacs, the Queen of Being Seen. It makes it so much easier for you to find. That's Jenny Kovacs, the Queen of Being Seen. And have a look at the events in there. If you don't book this by Sunday night, then you snooze, you lose, and you've missed the boat. And although it's a 3-day online event, it's more like imagine that we were in a nice room in a hotel, a nice room, like a boardroom set up with whiteboard, lots of sticky notes, nice things to eat and drink on the table. Imagine that's what we're going to get, like a small group experience where we can go through and look at why your services aren't selling. Anyway, hopefully helpful. Can't wait to see those of you that are coming along. Bye for now.